Okay, so I just finished upgrading both my DS920 Plus and my 1621 Plus to DSM version 7.1. Now, what I'm going to attempt to do in this video is get a bare metal backup of my DS920 Plus over to the 1621 Plus using Active Backup for Business, which is a new release in DSM 7.1. Now, that said, I haven't tried this yet. Unlike other videos where I will try things out first, I'm actually going about this cold turkey. So if you want to see how this goes, come on along for the ride. Okay, so here we are. I'm signed into the DS920. You can see the blue background, and here's the 1621, and you can see it has the desktop pattern. So the first thing we're going to do is go up to the package center, and we're going to install Active Backup for Business. It's the first one there, so I don't have to search for it. Let's go ahead and click on Install. Okay, now that it's installed, let's go ahead and open it. And the first thing we have to do is activate it. So we'll click on Activate. I have read and agreed to the privacy statement. So we'll say OK and click on Next. And now we just have to sign into our Synology account. And the package is activated successfully. We're going to click OK to start the package. And here we're looking at Active Backup for Business. And you can see here Synology NAS, and it says beta, but it allows you now to add a device. And now you can add a Synology NAS to back up to Active Backup for Business. So if we click on add a device here, I think it's just going to tell me to run the agent on the source device. Yes, so we're going to close this and we're going to switch over now to the DS920 Plus. We're going to come to the package center and we're going to go to the beta section. And here it says Active Backup for Business Agent. This is what we have to install on the DS920. So let's go ahead and click on where it says Join Beta. Let's go ahead and open it. But before we do that, hold on one second. Let's look here and let's look at the notes. So it says important notes. Active Backup for Business Agent allows you to back up your Synology NAS's entire system. As the backup destination, Active Backup for Business must be installed on another Synology NAS. Okay, so we already did that on the 1621 Plus. Let's look at the compatibility limitations before we go any further. It says here, system recovery can only be done if the destination NAS model is identical or a successor to that of the source NAS. So the 1621 Plus is a successor to the DS921 Plus, so I'm good there. But in other words, I couldn't go from the 920 Plus to my DS216 Plus 2. Then it says the number of drives installed on the destination NAS should be more than or equal to that of the source NAS. Okay, again, on the DS920, I have a 4-bay drive. The 1621 is a 6-bay drive, so I'm good there. And once again, I wouldn't be able to go from the DS920 with 4 bays to the DS216 Plus 2, which is only a 2-bay NAS. The drives on the destination NAS must be installed in the exact same slot positions as the source NAS. And then it says here, the destination NAS must be comprised of drives of the same type. In other words, the destination NAS cannot contain a mix of SSDs and HDDs. Okay, so now that we have that understood, let's go ahead with the process. So it says here, back up your Synology NAS, and we're going to back up a source NAS to a destination NAS. So let's go ahead and let's click on Start. And here we need to put in the server address of the destination NAS. Okay, bear with me while I look that up. And the 1621 plus is 25.219. Okay, so the username. Let's hope we entered everything correctly. Let's go ahead and hit apply. Internet error. Please check your internet connection. If the problem remains, please contact the administrator. Now that's interesting. Make sure I put my password in correctly. Interesting. Okay, let me double check that again. The 1621. Oh, okay. There we go. It's this one right here. Okay. My apologies. Let's go with 225. I should have looked closer before. The SSL certificate of the backup destination is not trusted. That's because I haven't installed a Let's Encrypt certificate on it. But for the purpose of this video, let's go ahead and proceed anyway. Restart the system to apply the backup settings that you want to restart now, and we'll go ahead and we'll say restart. Are you sure? And we'll say okay. And I believe it's restarting the DS920. Let's take a look at the 1621. Yeah, the 1621 is still up. Okay, so now we get the message that the file server DS920 lab is shutting down, and we'll say okay, and we'll just wait for it to reboot. Like I said, I'm taking you along with me for the ride here, so I appreciate your patience on this one. Okay, it looks like the DS920 is back. Let's go ahead and sign in. Okay, let's go to the package center and see what's going on. So this is the active backup for Business Agent. It says it's running. Let's open it and take a look at what we have accomplished so far. So it says here, no backups. It's scheduled to back up at 3 a.m. to the address of the 1621, and I'm signed in. And then there's just a log of everything that we did. So at this point, let's go over to the 1621. And even though there isn't a backup, you can see here that the DS920 now has registered on the 1621 active backup for business. So I'm going to let this run. It's scheduled for 3 a.m. I'm going to let it run overnight, and then we'll come back and continue this video and see if we have a successful backup. Actually, changing plans, I didn't want to wait until 4:11 at 3 a.m. for this to back up. So let's continue to do a little bit more digging on the source NAS. It doesn't seem like I can configure much more, but let's go over to the 1621. And again, we can see here that the Synology NAS, there's one NAS set up to do a backup. Let's click here and let's click on the actual task list. And okay, here we go. Here's the DS920. This is the task. Let's click on edit. Let's see what options we have here. Let's go to schedule. And you know what? For now, okay, I see what's going on here. It's scheduled to run on weekdays. And since we're on a weekend now, it wasn't scheduled to run again until Monday. Actually, let's see. Yeah, Monday night at 3 or Sunday night at 3 a.m. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to just run a manual backup just so that we can get the backup to initiate and see what happens. I'm not going to go through any of the retention settings. I'm sure it's very similar to other backup tasks that we've created with Synology. And then we're looking at the privileges, and it says that the admin has privilege. I'm just going to give myself privileges, and I'm going to go ahead and say, let me just real quick before I click OK. Okay, we're going to do a manual backup. We're going to say OK, and I guess we're going to tell it to back up. And here we go. It says it's backing up. Now, I have no idea how long this is going to take. There's not much on the DS920 Plus, but you can see here it does say backing up, progress 5%. So I'm going to let this run. I will cut the video now because I don't want you to sit here and wait for the whole thing, but I will time the backup with my phone and see how long it takes. Okay, guys, the backup has completed. Let me switch over to camera 2. I'll show you my stopwatch on my phone. I don't know if you can see that. It took about 3 minutes and 38 seconds. And to be honest, I am highly impressed with that, considering it backed up an entire DS920 over the network. Now, I don't have a lot on the DS920, but still it backed up the whole thing in under 4 minutes. So let's switch back over to the desktop and let's check things out. Okay, so here you can see the task completed successfully. Always get that circle, that green circle with the check mark. That's a good thing. The last backup time was today at 5:42 p.m. Let's jump over to the 1621 and let's take a look at the status here. And it says DS920 status successful and the login user and all that. So I was looking to see if it gave an actual time here because I did start my phone probably a few seconds later, but in any event, it was under 5 minutes. So I have to say, thank you for coming along with me on this ride. This was one that I did not prep. This was one that I just went cold turkey. It seemed to have worked out nicely. I hope to play with it more and test it more and report back and see, how it's doing in the future. But in any event, I hope you like this video. And if you have updated to DSM 7.1 and you have multiple NAS devices, now you see you can update one, or not update, you can back up one NAS to another, do a full bare metal backup, which is a really great feature. Just keep in mind, it seems the actual backup of the Synology NAS for active backup for business is still in beta. But in any event, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Be sure to check out some of the other videos I have listed here up above. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share the video. And I want to thank you, as I do in every video, for using the Amazon affiliate links. I know they don't change your price, but they do help out the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel in other ways, I do have links to my Patreon and PayPal down in the video description, as well as a link to buy me a coffee. Again, link down below. Once again, my name is Tony with Quick Tech Solutions. As always, please stay safe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.